that time you had an amazing idea at work, and just as you opened your mouth to share it, a coworker talked right over you? Or maybe it was that family gathering where it felt like no one would take you seriously, even on topics that you know a lot about. Oh, I feel that frustration just thinking about it. Communication isn't just about what you say, it's about whether they let you say it at all. Ageism, subtle sexism, sometimes it feels like we have to fight to be heard. Today, we're taking back our power. Let's be honest. As women over 50, we're often raised to be nice, to not make waves, to always be agreeable. And sometimes that translates into not speaking up when we should, or letting others walk all over us. Well, let's be done with that. Being assertive is not the same as being aggressive, and it's key to making your voice count. Think about the difference between these communication styles in action. Here's a common scenario. You deserve a raise, but you're worried about asking your boss. Okay, so here's a passive communication example. You're mumbling, you're avoiding eye contact, and you're like, well, maybe if there's extra money in the budget, then sometimes. Or assertive communication, which is confident and clear. An example would be, I've consistently exceeded expectations in my role, and I've taken on additional responsibilities. I'd like to discuss a raise to reflect my contributions. Or lastly, there's the aggressive communication, which is shouting and accusatory. I deserve a raise, and you're lucky to have me. If I don't get one, I am walking right out that door. As you can see, the assertive approach, it gets your point across directly and professionally. It shows that you value yourself and your work. I statements shift the dynamic and focus on your needs. I feel, I need, I propose. Unfortunately, even in 2024, ageism is a real thing, and women over 50 can encounter it in both subtle and not so subtle ways. From those dismissive comments about not understanding new technology to being passed over for opportunities. It's frustrating, it's unfair, and it often impacts us both professionally and in our personal lives. Think about being ignored for a challenging project at work because there's an assumption that you're going to be retiring soon anyway, or maybe not being considered for that leadership role on a volunteer board because you think you won't, they think you won't connect with the younger crowd. Those assumptions are insulting and outdated. Now, we could spend all day complaining about it, but that won't change much. What I want to do is to give you strategies. Our age can be a source of wisdom, expertise, and an unmatched perspective. So let's make sure that we're always highlighting our value. Let's tackle those specific situations I just mentioned. If you're passed over for a project, try this. I'm surprised I wasn't considered for the project. I have extensive experience in that area, and I'm eager to contribute. This directly challenges the ageist assumption without being confrontational. Or maybe for those volunteer situations, try. I noticed that the focus is on engaging younger participants. I believe my knowledge of this area would be valuable in the outreach process. This positions your expertise as an asset, not proof of being out of touch. Now, if you followed my podcast, particularly last week's episode about presence, then you know I talk about how presence isn't just about how you look, it's about how you carry yourself and how you use your voice. But it's shocking how often we overlook these powerful tools. Think about someone that you view as confident. It's probably not just what they say, but maybe how they say it. Good posture, a steady gaze, a voice that carries without being loud. Those things project authority and self-assurance before you even open your mouth. Unfortunately, the opposite is also true. Fidgeting or slumped shoulders or a voice that gets too soft at the end of sentences. Those nonverbal cues can accidentally undermine your message, making you seem less certain or capable. But wait, there's something that's even more fundamental than posture or your voice, and that's being prepared. When you've thought through what you want to say and you have your main points clear in your mind, that confidence naturally comes through in both verbal and nonverbal communication. Now, I know it's not always possible to fully rehearse being before a big meeting or a conversation. But even jotting down a few key points that you want to hit or practicing, say, your opening statement out loud, it can make a huge difference. Now remember, communication is not a passive act. Own your voice, own your experience, and show them just how capable, how insightful, and how absolutely unstoppable you are. Okay, this week's challenge is for you to pay attention to your own communication style. Is there an area where you can be more assertive? A situation where maybe a powerful reframe could change the game? Even just a small tweak to your posture or your voice can make a big impact. We have only just scratched the surface on this topic. Being a powerful communicator helps you succeed in every aspect of your life. Until next time, keep seeking understanding and keep shining your light.